Hi guys. The creepiest part about doing flip lessons is when kids are doing it like during lunch or at recess and you hear your voice as you're walking down the hallway. You're like, what is that? So today I'm going to teach you guys about using an app called the Show Me app. It's only available on iPad, so you can't do it on your computer, but it's a whiteboard app, and this is one way that I do flip lessons in my classroom. So I use flip lessons for a variety of things. What I'll be focusing on today, and I'm going to kind of teach you guys like a mini lesson as if you guys are my students. What I'm going to focus on today is mostly reading comprehension and just pulling key things out of a reading passage. So what I did is I have a little handout that teaches you how to do a show me. So I'm going to come give it to you. I'm going to give you guys about 3 minutes to read through it, which would be similar to what kids do in my class. I give them a reading assignment in the textbook for homework, but then after they read the reading assignment, they watch a show me lesson, or I do other types of videos as well, but they watch a flip lesson where I break down the reading assignment, highlighting important things from it, and then I often have them take guided notes from the show me. So 1, 2, 3. So take just a few minutes and read this. Do you have a question, Miss Amundsen?
If you don't have a whiteboard.
This is it's a whiteboard app. So the iPad acts like your whiteboard. Yeah, so it's not actually a whiteboard. Yeah.
Does it work on?
I've never used it on my phone, but yeah, you can. It's anything where you can download the app, so a phone would work. Is anybody still reading? Okay, so now I'm actually going to just play the show me so you guys can get a feel for what it's like. Just to give you an idea of how long this takes. This one took me about probably 40 minutes to both make it and then plan out how I was going to record over my slideshow. But you can use them year after year, obviously.
Guys, welcome to Teacher's Toolbox. Today we're going to be learning about how to make a show me. Prior to watching this video, make sure that you guys have read the handout that I turned.
And this is just for
out to you
teaching
guys in
purposes,
class.
so
If you've lost a
remind the
copy of
students.
this, you can always go onto Cougar Campus and find a copy of it right there.
Don't actually have it on Cougar
Everything that
Campus.
is written in red, you can see right here, you're going to copy into your composition notebook. Now, in class, we learned how to download the Show Me app onto your iPad. So I'm going to be working from once you have created your account. So once you've created your account, you're going to have a page that looks probably similar to this, although it obviously will not be quite as full because I've posted many show me's over the years. You can see here is a space where you can click to create a new show me, or you can click the red button in the upper right hand corner. I also have some drafts, and I have some ones that have previously been posted for class. So the first thing you're going to do is click on Create. When you do that, you're going to get a blank screen that looks like this, and this is going to be your blank slate in order to create your slide presentation. So some things you can do in your slide presentation, you can import pictures. So you can use pictures that are either from your photo library, you can take photos, you can search the web, you can choose different backgrounds, you can search your Dropbox or your Google Drive to import things to add to your blank slate. You can also, and that's this button right here, you can also touch this button right here, and it's going to bring you down to type mode, where if you want your presentation to look a little bit more polished, you can set your slides up ahead of time by typing. And then the last thing, you can also mess around with the color bar here if you want to use all the different colors that are available to you. After you've finished a particular slide and you want to add a new slide, you're going to go up and you're going to click that button right there, and it'll open another slide for you that you can then add material to. Next thing you're going to do is save your presentation. So you have a couple options here. If you want to post just a slide presentation, you're going to click on the Save and Upload Show Me Slides. So this will give a so you wouldn't be able to guide them through it. I've personally never used this one before. I always turn my presentations into videos. So the or is if you'd like to turn it into a video, the next thing you're going to do is open your presentation and record a video. I usually save it first just to make sure that it's saved in case any glitch loses the presentation, and then I reopen it up and I record my video over the presentation. So in order to do that, you're going to click this record button right here once your presentation is open, and you can talk, and then you can press the pause button. So that record button is going to end up looking like a pause button once you start. And in the middle of your video, if you need to pause and open up a new slide perhaps to write or get information uploaded into, you just push the pause button and then re-push the record button when you're ready to continue. Once you've finished your video, you guys are going to save and upload the video to share with your students. So now if we look over here, you can save it as a draft if you're not quite done, but if you're all done, you're going to save and upload. It is now a Show Me video. Once it's uploaded, it's going to take you through a couple different pages of naming and categorizing your presentation, but when it's all finished, it's going to send to you in your email a notice saying that your Show Me has been posted. It'll give you the link for the Show Me, which you can then share with your students, and the way that I do that is trifold. I share it on a syllabus that I give them in HTTP format. I also put the link embedded into assignments, and then I also put it in the topics folder for that unit as a link. So they have 3 different ways to get to it. They don't need a Show Me account to watch the video. You can just watch it via the web address. The best part about all of this is that when you guys come into class, the students are done having learned the basic information, and then I just spend a little time reviewing, usually in groups. I have them answer some questions based on the notes that they took, and then we have lots more time to engage. So there's much less time of me standing at the board talking to the students, and more time where they're talking to each other and engaging with each other about the information that we just learned. Hope you guys learned a little something, and I'm excited for you to start using Show Me's in your class.
So over the years, I've started doing this about probably 7 years ago maybe, and the feedback has been only positive. Kids love the Show Me videos, especially as an alternative to doing, reading and their own notes from it. I'll show you in a minute all of the different ways I also utilize Show Me's, not just for guided reading, that the kids love as well. But I think it really helps kind of target for them what I want them to get out of their homework. I try to make every assignment meaningful and not give them any busy work. And this is one way to take a little bit of what would otherwise be wasted class time, where we have this wonderful opportunity where all these kids are together in a room, and instead of me taking notes and having the kids take the time to write them, when we have so many different learners, some of them write a little bit slower than others, and I would just find that I was waiting for some kids to finish and cutting other ones off. As they watch my videos at home, they can pause it. If it takes them a little bit longer, it's also cataloged if they want to go back and watch it. So it's hard to say, oh yeah, that one lesson that I learned, I'd love to see that one more time, and then I feel like I get it. This is a way for some of our learners that really need more reinforcement. They watch the Show Me's over and over again. And I can go on and see how many times kids have watched them. And a lot of the more difficult lessons, they'll watch a couple times to make sure that they really understand it. Do you guys have any questions before I go over some of the other ways that I use Show Me? It's super, super easy to use, the Show Me app in particular. Anybody have any questions about it? Yeah, Kim?
I'm making a comment. I noticed that a lot of the students, when they're asked to, that whether trying to be conscious or subconsciously, they just are kind of nervous working, and I think a lot of them need headphones, so I think this would be really great for the ones who just need to turn off social piece and quiet it down a little bit, so I think it'll be really useful for that too. And remind
Yeah.
you of that, you know, just put your headphones on and do this in a quiet place.
Yep, absolutely. So other things that I use it for, and I'll just bring up one of my topics folders from one of the units that I have done. So we'll look at periodic table. So you'll see here flip lessons on the side. I also do PowerPoints that I just use QuickTime to make videos for. If I have lots of images that I want to import and I already have the PowerPoint, I'll often use that. But down here at the bottom, I do a lot of extra help videos. So if I'm teaching something that I know is going to be particularly difficult, I wouldn't make it a show me. If it's going to be something where kids are going to need to ask questions and I'm going to need to go through it a couple times and really guide them through it, that would be a lesson I would do in class. However, what I'll do is I'll go then make a show me of that lesson that I taught the kids with some practice problems. Usually this is something in science that would involve math or measuring or some type of skill that they need to practice. And I'll post that one on Cougar Campus. So it's a video that they don't ever have to watch, but for the students that need just a little bit of extra help, I do sometimes make videos of lessons that I've taught them. So I'll go back and make it afterwards. I also, anytime, and that's kind of annoying, anytime that I give them a worksheet, and research shows this, we've learned this, I think one of our speakers, that one that comes all the time, the woman that Rick loves, what's her name? Yeah, yep.
Joanne.
Yep, Joanne Deek, absolutely, Joanne Deek. She said, you know, when she came the first time 4 or 5 years ago, she was saying how if students, the first time they learn how to do something, if they do it wrong, it's way harder for them to unlearn doing it the wrong way and learn it the right way than if they just slowly keep practicing and doing it the right way over and over again. So I stress that with my kids with just about everything we do. And I say, if you're confused as you're working through a worksheet, first of all, I always give them the answers. They're always posted on Cougar Campus because any homework assignment is meant for them to self-check and understand what they're doing. It's all about practice and repetition. But I'll often, with my worksheets, I'll make a video of me doing the worksheet. So for those students that want a little extra challenge, maybe they never look at the video and they got it in class the first time. But some of them at the end of class, you know, they're leaving and they're like, I really didn't understand how to calculate molecular weights. Like, I still am a little lost. I'll say, well, watch the video of me doing the worksheet. While you do the worksheet, see if you can get about halfway through and then try a problem on your own. So I try and just make videos for everything. And especially, I would say, with our new schedule, I don't know if you guys are having a hard time finding time to sit down with kids. But a go-to for me when we're like, I can't see you tomorrow. What about Thursday? Well, let's do this. Go online. Here are a couple resources that you can use. And if you still have questions after you watch those videos, you know, we'll find time to see each other. And if I think back, you know, 8 years ago to now, when obviously, you know, you kind of build up your repertoire over the years. It takes a while. You invest in making the videos. But then you use them over and over again. I'd say the number of students that I have to see for extra credit has gone down exponentially because so many of them will use the resources I have on Cougar Campus. They're also there for tutors and parents that are helping out at home. And I've gotten a lot of great feedback on the extra help part of the flip lessons as well. So that's also a really nice thing to do. And in general, I think I already said this, but it frees up that class time for students to be engaging with students. You know, it seems like, you know, we have this 45 minutes and we have this wonderful opportunity with a classroom full of students that are trying to learn something. And for me to waste any of that time at the board, it just doesn't seem like I'd really be utilizing my time well. So as much time as I can get the kids working together in groups or doing an activity or doing a lab, to me, that's what I really try to focus my lessons on. That's all, folks. Anybody have any questions on that? Snappy.